Okay, so I don't know if everybody saw the video clip of there's two dreamers, right? Dreamers meaning kids who were brought here from other countries as children, and now they grew up to be good people, right? They go to college, they're contributing to society, and so we
want to send them home.
So the Dream Act, as it's called, is if these people are good people, they're not criminals, they're getting an education, they're obviously going to contribute to our society. They have this thing called the Dream Act, which lets them become citizens. Isn't that correct? I don't know, it's up and down, in and out of the Dream Act. Okay, so there were two dreamers, right? So Erica Andiola and Cesar Vargas, they confronted Steve King and Rand Paul. They were having lunch, and so they came up to them because I'm pretty sure they had just voted to deny that girl a life, right?
Right.
So, because they're brown, and even no matter how good of a person you are, you're brown, and it scores points with their base who don't like brown people.
But just to be clear, read their names again.
Erica Andiola and Cesar Vargas.
Yeah, I don't want them here.
Yeah, okay. So
What?
So Chico, I'm going to play this. So I know on the podcast, on the radio, video clips, but I'll describe it to you. So they walk up to Rand Paul and Steve King. That Steve King is the douchebag from Iowa because he said that he doesn't want these Mexicans coming here, drug mules they're 90 pounds and they have calves like cantaloupes. Remember that? Right. And he went on to say, and he said they got balls like watermelons and tits like pickles. He said that too, I think.
So, nipples like watermelon.
Yes. So here they come up to confront them, which is nice. It's like, hey, you want to screw over someone? I'm going to put a face to the people you're screwing over. It's me. I'm a young girl. She's a graduate of Arizona State. The guy, Cesar, is also he's graduated law school, but they won't let him be a lawyer because he's not a citizen. Okay, here we go. So here they are. They're going to approach Steve King and Rand Paul. Now, the interesting thing, watch the piece of video. As soon as the Mexican girl introduces herself, she has her card, which is like her dream card. And she gives it to Steve. She says, hey, if you don't want me to become a citizen, why don't you just rip this up right now? Just do it to me right now. Right, just go ahead. You want to be a jerk? Do it for real. It's like the equivalent of you want to bomb someone with a drone? No, shoot me right in the face, right here. I'm right here in front of you. Kill me. So that's what she's doing to him, and it works because Rand Paul hightails it out of there, right? So if you watch,
he's got a whole half of his cheeseburger left, but he's out.
Yeah, he takes one bite of his cheeseburger. He just got sat down, has a bite of his cheeseburger, shakes the girl's hand, takes a bite, and then sprays the F out of there.
Rand Paul takes a bite of that hamburger, and he does a double take like Harry Ritz when he hears that she's a dreamer.
To attend that, we're looking for a great crowd. So I'm glad you brought that up, Tony. Thank you.
So there they are. They're shaking hands, right? They just shook their hands. Now Rand Paul goes back to pick up his burger. And by the way, Rand Paul, I didn't know he was a gay rights supporter by the shirt he's wearing. You would. He's wearing the rainbow flag shirt, which is nice. I don't know if you could tell in there, but. I had a shirt like that when I was in high school and I was confused. I wasn't sure about things. Here we go.
Jimmy.
I'm actually... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Frank.
I was just going to say that even, as a side issue to all this, people, there are a lot of people who kind of think Rand Paul is cool and everything and that he's different and that he's not your typical Republican candidate. But just remember, he associates himself with Steve King.
Yes, that's who he's sitting down. Yes, that is exactly.
He's sitting down and he makes appearances with Steve King.
Yes.
People who want to say how great Rand Paul is, just remember that next time.
Indeed.
Okay, and so yes, indeed, you're right. Indeed, this is the kind of guy he has lunch with, Steve King. Here we go.
Myself.
Now watch Rand Paul.
I'm from Mexico, but I didn't raise here. I graduated from Arizona State University.
But as soon as she says, I was brought here from Mexico, I was raised here, though, boom, his chair goes out, he gets up, and he is gone. Watch.
And Arizona State University. And I know you want to get rid of DACAs. I want to give you the opportunity. If you really want to get rid of it, just rip mine. You can go ahead and...
So she hands him her card. She said, if you really want to get rid of us, go ahead, just rip mine.
Yeah, DACA is the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrival. That's the name of the act.
That's the name of the act.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to go ahead and... Yes.
Ironically, right after that, Rand Paul ran so far that he was actually at the Canadian border.
So what's interesting here with this video is watch. So she starts to talk to him.
If you take my DACA, you're going to take really everything that right now I haven't accomplished. Right? graduate from
She
college.
said that if you do this, if you take this away from me, you're gonna get rid of everything I've accomplished. She goes, I'm a college graduate. I went to University of Arizona. So he stands up.
I just don't understand why you've been wanting to do that.
She says, I don't understand why you want to do that. And he stands up.
For you to be fighting so much against dreamers, calling us names, saying
She says, why don't you quit calling us names? Please stop doing that. Because that's what he does. He dehumanizes and demonizes Mexicans, right? They're drug runners, they're drug mules, they got caps like Canada. They're all illegal and they're all criminals. And that's what this. So she's saying, let's stop doing that. You know that's not what it is. We're all decent people. The guy I'm with went to law school. I went to college. I just want to be a good American like everybody else. That's what America's about. And you're all made up of immigrants.
we have to call you names.
I say, no,
I
that's
just
drug
don't
smuggling.
understand.
Please.
So he says to her, I don't call you names. I'm talking about drug smugglers. And then she starts talking, but he wants her to shut up so bad. And he can't believe that a brown girl won't listen to his direction or take her order from him because she keeps talking, and watch what he does.
You're very good. Stop a minute. You're very good at
He just grabs her hand. Like that's something. The last time I saw somebody do that, it was Pope Benedict did it to a reporter for ABC. He slapped his hand when he was asking a question. So this is very much like an attempt, like, I'll until you shut up. So you go. By the way, if that was a Mexican guy doing that to a white girl, they'd still be talking about this at Fox News.
Also, how about what he's saying as he grabs her hand?
Yes, what is he saying, Ben?
You're very good at English.
He says you're very good at English.
You know what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying. She was raised here. She just graduated from Arizona State, which
Right.
is, I got to be honest, a bit of a party school. But nonetheless.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
really good at being stupid.
Yeah, by the way, he's good at English too. He's nearly fluent.
He's nearly. Yes. Here he goes.
You know what I'm saying.
I was raised
Oh.
in the United
Right,
States
so you can
before
understand the English language. So don't act like you don't. You know.
I am not acting like I don't.
No, you are,
I'm trying to figure out where you're
She just gives it right back. Why are you acting like I don't understand it? Why are you doing this? What is this game you're playing? What is this game you're playing? Oh, you understand English. She goes, what do you mean I understand English? I went to college. I'm here. I was raised here. What kind of bullshit are you pulling? And that's exactly what he's doing. He's doing the whole, oh, you're different. Oh, you've learned, you sneaky little outsider. The kid's lived here her whole life. So Rand Paul takes off. Amscrays, which is nice. It's so nice to see such a tough-talking Tea Partyist go back on everything he's ever said, be so scared of Mexican girls that he can't even finish his burger. What a pussy this guy
I
is.
don't know. I think Rand Paul has everything I want in a president. Someone who can face up to uncomfortable situations.
But he didn't.
Yeah, I think he's...
That's why Chris Christie will be a stronger candidate because he would have finished that burger in one.
So Rand Paul actually came. So people are busting his balls all over the place about this, right? For being such a coward. It's got a spine made of steel, that Rand Paul, huh? As soon as a 21-year-old Mexican girl came up to him. So this girl he's been demonizing, he couldn't take it face to face. He said he wasn't trying to get out of there. He had to go to another interview just 10 feet away. He had to go do another interview just 10 feet away. And that's what it was.
That's why he started eating his lunch. That's what you do.
Yeah.
right before you go on television, do an interview, you want to get as much food in your mouth as possible.
Yeah, you try to wolf down a burger.
You're like, oh, I have an interview in 1 minute. Well, would be a good time to have lunch.
Yeah, so he definitely said I have to go do an interview. I mean, the cable guy's coming. I mean, my dry cleaning got lost. I mean, come on, it was raining.
Yeah, right. I mean, these answers don't just plagiarize themselves, okay? I got to...
Yeah. Yes, exactly. You know, he did come on Greta Van Susteren the next night, and he said that he wasn't trying to disrespect that girl, and he wasn't afraid of her. There was a Senate vote, and he was just getting back. He wanted to go cancel the rest of her life. So it was a lot nice. That's a lot nicer. He was just trying to completely wreck her life from the inside out. Okay.
By the way, you know, it's so... They every time they have an opportunity for a fairly honest moment, they blow it. Right now, he's not looking to win Latino votes. That's never going to happen. He's trying to win GOP votes. If he just said, yeah, I was having lunch and I didn't feel like having that conversation right then, so I got up and left.
Yeah.
Right? You'd be like, okay.
Yeah, he could have said that.
That's an answer that I would be like, oh, God, it's a fairly good answer.
Yeah.
You know, it turns out that these dreamers are a nightmare for the GOP.
Yeah. Oh, because dreamers night.
Maybe he just thought that she was, you know, the waitress and that the guy with her was the busboy. He was just... That's probably it.
That's probably it. Okay.
Well, everyone's talking about Rand Paul, but I hope this puts the spotlight on Steve King, who is human slime. He is one of the worst people in Washington. And the way he's been pushing this fear-mongering about immigrants has been disgusting. I mean, Steve King has frightened more people than Stephen King.
Yeah. It's just amazing. I'll say it again, that if that was a Mexican guy grabbing a white girl and speaking dismissively to her like that and go, oh, you're real good with English.
I haven't seen a man grab a woman like that since Jake and Vicky LaMotta.
Exactly.
These immigrants, they are scary. They really are. They're so scary. They just want a better life.
Yeah, they want what we want. Whoa.
If we let these child immigrants into the country, let's just be warning, they could grow up to be smart, articulate people who can contribute to our society.
Okay, and I will say, Frank, you got to talk into that phone. Something's wrong with your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Can you? I will say, we talked about this last week on the show. They've done studies, smarty pants people and universities who study stuff have studied this. And it turns out that every state, the states with the most immigrants, illegal or otherwise, their economies are doing better. Even illegal immigrants, people who come here, undocumented workers, they raise the wages of other documented workers. I don't know how that works, but the smarty pants people have studied it. I'm just reporting back what the smart people do. California's economy is doing much better because we have immigrants. Okay, so immigrants have always been good. In fact, the immigrants who are going to come here and become contributing members of society, they're going to be subsidizing Social Security and Medicare for the baby boomers when they retire. That's who's going to pay for it. We actually need more young people in this country to help our economy and to subsidize all the old white people who are just getting ready to retire. So this is perfect. The more people we could get here, it's actually the better.
Well, that's what all the old-timey proponents of capitalism would always say, that you always have to have an influx of immigration because the lower classes, they're supposed to rise up in a successful capitalist society. So that working class needs to be constantly replenished.
Yes.
So immigration is essential. So this new wave of dumb republicanism, they don't even know the ideologies they're supposed to be defending.
Yes.
I think you guys are all missing the point. This is what they did. It was a little rude and un-American. They were at a fundraiser, okay? That's serious business. And to have the audacity to talk about policy at a fundraiser, come on.
I'm getting ready to go to one of those fundraisers in my poncho.